All you, Laura.
Hey, it's my turn. Good evening, everybody. I am super excited for this call tonight. Melanie is going to light us up. I see you up there, Melanie. And I love our topic. I love what she's talking about. And we're really talking about delivering the most amazing level of customer service tonight. And I'm all about that. So before we jump into our call and get us kicked off, a couple of things I just want to cover. First and foremost, any of you that are on this call right now and you're in the Denver area, you need to get your ticket to Super Saturday. Lauren is hosting a Super Saturday, and if you have prospects, if you want to grow yourself, if you want to learn something, then you need to get a ticket to Super Saturday. For associates, it's only $20 and it's in your backyard. Any guest you bring, there's no charge. Is that right, Lauren? Give me a thumbs up if I'm right.
Yeah. But associates, even though it's $20, when you come to the event, you get a $20 product coupon. So it's basically free for associates as long as you show up at the event.
Awesome. So fantastic, you guys. You just don't even know how much that could change your life. Take a prospect and hear Lauren talk. Hello, I wish I was in Denver. So that's coming up. I wanted to cover that. The next thing I wanted to cover with everyone is the customer first training. I see we have some people who actually are not on the screen, but do y'all know what customer first is by show of hands? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Customer first. Okay, so there's maybe half of you know the customer first thing that's coming, and it's really changes to how we enroll people in our back office. So you need to be an expert or close to an expert by March 27th. And they are, Isagenix is amazing. And they're training us all and showing us the changes. It's phenomenal. It's going to be amazing for us. So please make sure you hop on that customer first training. The training calls are posted in Dreamers in Action, and they're on Thursdays, and we go live with it on March 27th. So please make sure that if you have not hopped on a training, that you do so. It's March 27th. It's week 8 of our 90-day action plan. I cannot believe how amazing this team is doing. I'm so excited. We have had more rank advancements, more enrollments. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to recognize some people and their accomplishments here in just a minute, but it is week 8. So if you are registered for the 90-day action plan training in your back office, make sure that you get in there. The topic this week is the new member checklist, which is super, super critical for getting that new member started the right way and finding out how they want to refer, etc. So super, super important. If you haven't already done so in your back office as well, there is training on rank advancement. So go to your little training tab in the upper right-hand screen of your homepage, and you can get connected to rank advancement training. So if you want to become a consultant, become a manager, become a director, etc., there's specific training for that. So I wanted to cover that. Lauren has this amazing contest running right now for our trip to Phoenix, where she's going to spoil us rotten, and we're going to spend time with executives at Isagenix and have spa days and golf days, etc., etc., etc. I'm sure you're all following along as she posts our weekly status report. So Jen and Adam Feichter, woot woot, again in first place this week. They are rocking it. But don't let that intimidate you. Anybody can be in first place. So we're going to take a run and try to catch up with Jen and Adam, of course. And remember, those numbers and scores are always a week in arrears, right, Lauren? Thumbs up if I'm correct. Cool. So it's always a week in arrears. So what you did last week isn't in that score. So if you crushed it last week, like so many of you did, be prepared. You could be right on the heels of Jen and Adam, come next week when Lauren posts that. So just keep going and keep pushing it and enrolling and rank advancing. It's so awesome. I'm so excited about all of it. And so talking about enrolling and rank advancing, I just have to give some shouts out to some people. Melanie, who's leading our call tonight, Crystal Manager, again, you come off my Zoom screen. I don't know where you are anymore, but huge shout out and kudos to you, Melanie. Oh, there you are. You're back. for hitting Crystal Manager again. Alex, are you on here somewhere? Alex, she's probably somewhere in our scroll. Everybody's kind of logged in now, so we're on 2 pages. But Alex, great. Kudos to you for hitting Crystal Manager again. Megan Sweeney hit Crystal Manager again for the 2nd time. Jenny Thompson, are you out there somewhere on my screen? I'm sure you're there, girl. Crystal Director. So excited for Jenny. That's awesome. And Amanda, where are you on my screen? Huge kudos, girl. Crystal Manager for you. So awesome, you guys. I get so excited when I see everyone rank advancing. It makes me, it makes me work harder. So I love to see you all pushing and working harder and accomplishing more. It just makes me know that I need to reach out to more people, change more lives, and keep pushing for myself. So I hope you all feel that way as well as we go. And I think that was all the news that I needed to share with everyone. So I think at this point, Melanie, I'm going to turn the call over to you and let you get us kicked off. Anybody here who doesn't know Melanie, I just want to give a couple little bits of information. She is an amazing, amazing mama. She has an incredible career history of being in the cosmetic industry and huge customer service, sales, just a phenomenal, incredible success story. But she decided that she wanted to be a mama first. And being a mama first, she still felt like she wanted something more and wanted to contribute more. And Isagenix not only gave her that rockin' body. Has everyone seen her picture? Oh my gosh. All right, total rockin' body. So she got that rockin' body, but she also saw the opportunity to be able to contribute more, serve more people, serve her family, and just do more. And it's so awesome. And so tonight she's really going to be sharing some of her most amazing tidbits from being part of, companies like Nordstrom and just high levels of service. So I'm super excited to hear from her and how she's transferring all of her knowledge and career experience into Isagenix. So Mel, I'm so excited for you to kick us off. I'm going to mute myself and let you start talking, girl.
Melanie.
Unmute yourself, girlfriend.
Melanie, you got to unmute.
Bottom left corner.
Sorry guys, I'm a total rookie. I think this is my 2nd call I've ever done. And so you're going to have to hand hold me as I'm learning how to do these. So can I have people start their 30-second stories first? I am so pumped for this first 30-second story. We're going to hear from Chris Marshall, his product story. Chris Marshall is just, I don't know if any of you guys have met him, but I call him the team dad. Amazing sense of humor, heart of gold, just a great guy who's out there changing lives, and super excited to hear about his transformation. So take it away.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. I'm just so excited and thankful to be on the call with you guys. How can you keep something short? I started using Amped last summer. Laura introduced me. I wanted to get more out of my runs. I wanted to get more out of my CrossFit. Long story short, I went from 10:56 a mile on a long run. The other day I ran a 10-mile run in 8:11 per mile on average. So it's almost 3 minutes per mile faster. It supports me in my workouts. I don't run out of air as fast. I recover great because the next morning I was in the gym doing CrossFit, and this morning I was doing running. So that's 3 days in a row. And without the products to help me get started and help me recover, it just wouldn't be it. So it has been an entirely awesome game changer. And that's all.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that. I have someone messaging me that can't get in. Okay. Chris, thank you so much. It's so neat to hear, awesome transformation stories with the AMP line. And, because so much of our time we're always focusing on the value packs and the 30-day systems, but, transformations can happen with our AMP products as well. And what's your absolute favorite AMP product, Chris? Oh, unmute.
So I thought I was done talking. So that would be Knox. You take it a couple hours before you run or work out. It keeps you from running out of air. It's unbelievable. It's all natural. It's fruits and vegetables, and it's my secret weapon.
And I heard the coolest tip at NYKO from, you know, the people who work on all the performance products, the doctors or whoever, saying that Knox is most beneficial when taken every day at the same time. And it's not something that only just works for an hour or two. It's like time release. So it's going to work for you all throughout the day. So cool. Anyway, thanks so much, Chris. All right, next we're going to put Amanda on the spot. I was going to originally have Shannon from Northern California tell her 30-second business story. But Amanda, I'm just hearing such great things about your momentum. So I would love to put you on the spot at all possible. And don't worry about it having it be perfect. But we'd love to hear your 30-second business story.
Yeah, this is not prepared. So I definitely started out as a product user. I had, you know, just iffy run-ins with network marketing and direct sale companies before. And, you know, it just never was anything I was passionate about. So I absolutely fell in love with the products. I started casually sharing with everyone. I would say the big turning point for me was I had a pretty big depression in December of last year. And kind of my way that I wanted to get out of that was I decided I was going to go to NYKO. And I didn't really know what all it was going to do for me. But I said, you know, I think this is just a great opportunity to be around amazing people. My job, my big corporate America job was not fulfilling to me. I was, you know, waiting forever to find out if I could take 2 days off for NYKO, even though I had the vacation time. And it was just really discouraging. So I got approval to go. And to be surrounded by so many amazing team members, meet, you know, in person our team dad and get a nice little awesome pep talk from him was definitely a highlight. Making new friends and just seeing how amazing this company is, how genuine they are, how much, you know, they really care about ethics. And that was something I really wanted to be a part of. And so I started putting a little bit more emphasis on my business in my spare time. And then on February 8th, I was actually laid off from my job of 5 years. I did not see it coming. I was given 5 weeks severance. And so as of today, actually, my severance is out. And so what a day to actually hit Crystal Manager for the first time. And I just am so excited to be working with so many people who support me, to be able to be a support to my team. I'm just over the moon, so excited with, you know, the opportunities that this has, and this couldn't have come at a better time for me in my life.
Oh my gosh, Amanda, thank you so much for opening up and sharing that. That was beautiful. And, you know, we're a family on here, and we're all here to support you. And I think it's all the stars are aligning for you. And, you know, like you said, that happening today. And I just can't wait to meet you in person and give you a big squeeze and congratulate you. And I think we're going to see big things ahead from you. So just beautiful story. Thank you for sharing. Okay. It's so funny. All my people have had issues tonight. So Kathleen can't get on the line. So Rachel is going to jump on and give us a little product spotlight on the greens, which is actually one of my signature products. So take it away, Rachel.
Hey guys. Yeah, I had no idea until about 5 seconds ago that I was going to do this. So I'm winging it. All I can tell you is that the greens are freaking awesome. I have them literally almost every day. I actually mix them with our fruits, but they are like 20 servings of fruits and vegetables, or 20 servings of fruits literally in a packet mixed with water. It's the easiest way to get a bunch of nutrition. I mean, it has stuff like chlorella and spirulina. It's full of antioxidants. You've got ginkgo biloba leaf. You've got green tea extract. You've got grapeseed extract. I mean, talk about fighting free radicals. It's so good for your immune system, you guys. And so many people just don't get it. And even if you're eating fruits and vegetables, no one's going to eat 43 bowls of spinach, right? I mean, the study from UCLA is saying that you have to eat 43 bowls of spinach to be able to eat like one bowl 50 years ago. So, I mean, it's just amazing. It's so easy. It tastes delicious. I add it to my smoothies all the time. I have it in the afternoon as a pick-me-up. Kids absolutely love it. I mean, you can't get your kids to eat fruits and vegetables. Mix them up a cup of the greens, throw it in with their smoothie, with their shake. There's so many potential uses, you guys, and you're going to be lit up and have so much extra nutrition. So I love it.
Oh my gosh, Rachel, thank you so much. And let me just add, a couple little tidbits about the greens for me. Well, first of all, did you know that the greens are approved on cleanse days? So not the fruits. You don't want to have the fruits. But last time I was at an event or somewhere, I learned that. And, cleanse days can get kind of like ho-hum, boring, but this is kind of something to mix it up. And also too, it's a great thing if you have a customer that just isn't really good about drinking water. Sometimes it can just kind of force them to drink some more water because it's like, oh, I gotta get my greens in, kind of thing. So anyway, that's that. All right, are you guys ready for me to take it away? Should I take it away? Hey, Lauren? Yes. Okay. I guess that's a yes. No news is good news. Okay. So you guys, I am super excited to be on this call tonight to share, some drops of awesome about customer service. As Lori mentioned, it's something I'm super passionate about, and it's why I'm doing this. And before I jump into the heart of what I wanted to talk about, I would love for you guys to all just sit for a minute, and we're going to have some silence and think about if you would do things differently if all of your customers were Kathy Coover. Would you treat your customer, that you helped today differently if it was Kathy Coover? Sit for a minute. Maybe all the people you encountered and think about your downline and your experiences with them and interactions with them, in the whole process from enrolling and to follow up and just the entire process to whenever they had complaints, or think about, would you treat your customer differently if each one of them was Kathy Coover or Kathy Coover's daughter, or, just think about that for a sec. So I want you to think about that throughout the call, like as we're talking about this. So as Lori mentioned, when I was in college, I actually got a job at Nordstrom, selling in the jewelry department at first. And I really wanted to get the discount so I could have discount clothes for sorority parties and stuff like that. But anyway, I started working there, and I immediately just fell in love with the company and the culture. It was a great place to work. I graduated college, and everybody was off like going to get these corporate jobs, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm in love with Nordstrom. I'm going to stay here. So I started getting into management there. I did their management training programs, Future Nordstrom Leaders, University of Nordstrom. They're pretty just like extensive. And then I got into management and started managing different departments, eventually got into cosmetics, managed departments of 60 to 80 people plus. And anyway, but in that, why we're going to this, and I'm sort of talking about Nordstrom in this, is Nordstrom really was the most amazing customer service training for me. And I don't know if any of you familiar with the tire story? If you are, make a little comment and say yes. I don't think is nobody familiar with the Nordstrom tire story? Okay, so I have to tell it. So here we go. So basically, over probably 100 years ago now at this point, there used to be a tire store in Seattle. And, there was a man who bought all his tires there. And 10, 15 years later, Nordstrom opened up the first Nordstrom ever, which was, never get tired of this story. Oh, awesome. Total dad knows this. Chris Marshall knows this. So Nordstrom opened up. Nordstrom actually started out as a shoe store. That's why they have such a great shoe department. But Nordstrom opened up their shoe store in Seattle, and in the same location where that tire shop was. Well, 10, 15 years, down the road, this man who had bought his tires at the tire shop decided to go back to the tire store to return his tires, or to return a tire that wasn't working. Well, he walked into the store, and it wasn't the tire store anymore, but he was so old he didn't really know, and he walked to the counter and said, "This is a bad tire, I want to return it." And, they said, "Well, we're Nordstrom now," and he said, "But I bought this here." And he was right. He did buy that there, but when it was a tire shop. One of the Nordstrom brothers came up and said, "Well, we have to take it back." He took it back because this man was under the impression, and there was no point in proving this guy wrong. Like, no, we're Nordstrom now. We're a shoe store. They took back the tire. They gave him his full refund for the tire simply because, the customer, pretty much the customer is always right, is what we used to say at Nordstrom. And so that's the tire story. So I challenge you in your experiences in Isogenics and doing this business, have a tire story. What is your tire story? What is your over the top customer experience, like the Nordstrom brother that took this guy's tire back because, it used to be a tire store, So let's think about your tire story, and I'll tell you maybe a couple of my tire stories tonight. But I wanted to also share with you a few takeaways, 3 to 4 takeaways from my training in Nordstrom. And one of them was, from day one, Nordstrom teaches to use your best judgment in all situations, and then there will be no additional rules. That's how they trained us. And that's how I run my business. I use my best judgment. And some examples of this are, when I was at Nordstrom, if somebody wanted a latte, Nordstrom empowered us to go down to Starbucks and grab them a latte, and they'd reimburse us for us. If somebody, shipment came into the store and we said it's ready, and they said, oh, I can't get to the store, I can't, I need that dress though, and I can't get to the store. Nordstrom would empower us to literally take the bag and get it in our car and take it, and they'd reimburse us on our mileage to take it to that customer. So it was always just going above and beyond for the customer. So that's one thing that I empower myself in my business in Isogenics. I go above and beyond and do whatever I can to wow the customer. One of my recent tire stories, and Lauren knows about this, is I have a neighbor that started on the product. She put trust in me and bought a President's Pack. Her first day, she called me doubling over in pain. Her stomach was bloating and she was gassy. That's pretty common in Isogenics. A lot of people, when they first get started, get some gas and bloating because the higher protein levels, they're not acclimated. And what I've learned is, if you ever have anybody with the gas and bloating, one thing they can take is HCl, or they can also get digestive enzymes, to kind of help them digest that better. Well, it was 9 o'clock at night. She was doubled over in pain. Oh my gosh, I'm just not feeling good. I mean, I think she was being a little dramatic. But what I decided to do was, I had called my nanny, had her watch the kids, and because Drew was out of town, and I drove to the health food store, got her the digestive enzyme, got her the HCl for her to continually take, and brought it to her house. She's like, can I pay you back? But no, I'm going to write it off, business expense. What can I do to make this customer right? 3 days later, she called me. I feel so much better. She placed a $500 order. She wants to buy bars for her whole family. And then she saw me doing the, AMP line. And so she's buying, some more AMP products, because she literally was in tears when I brought this to her. So it's just using your best judgment and going above and beyond. And, if a customer's upset that they saw free shipping yesterday and they call you the next day and they're like, oh gosh, I really wanted that free shipping. It's like, give them the free shipping. I mean, I know some people could say, well, I don't have the money to do that, but it's like, you do it once, you do it twice, it pays, it comes back. I look at my expenses versus, doing those little things like paying shipping or buying someone the supplements or whatever each month. It's peanuts compared to what I make, because, I'm just going above and beyond, and in return, I have super happy customers. So that was using your best judgment in all situations. And if Isogenics isn't going to do it for them, then you do it for them. Isogenics customer service, that means. So give them that free shipping. If they, got their box and the natural accelerator wasn't in their box and you have one, drive them the natural accelerator, overnight them the natural accelerator. They're so pumped to get going, see whatever you can. Or for example, they got the chocolate snack wafers and they think they're disgusting, and you have the vanilla ones. Run over to their house or overnight them the vanilla ones. Get them what they need, what's going to make them happy. And I guarantee, small sacrifices will pay off in the end to do amazing things for these people. So wow your customers. Pretend like that. If Kathy Coover's like, oh, I don't like the chocolate, I want to try the vanilla, you damn better well get over there and get her vanilla snack wafers. So always treat them like they are, So the next thing I want to talk about is sharing knowledge with your customers. That was one thing that they really empowered us with Nordstrom. They were constantly training us so we could give our customers the best product experience. And so what I've done in the past, year, I've been to ICU now, Celebration, and NYKO. Every time I go to those events, I'm taking like copious notes. And as I'm taking them, I'm thinking about, who needs to know about this? Like, for example, at the NYKO, I sat and learned this whole talk about the AMP products, which I totally needed to hear to brush up on all that. I came home and I did little videos for some of my guys and girls that are on some of the AMP products, and was like, you guys, I just heard about the Knox, and gave them a little video. You should be taking it every single day. And I came home, I have everybody ordering a month's supply of Knox for every single day, because I learned that it's most beneficial if you take it every single day at the same time. After you learn all those things, don't just come home and keep them in your head. Come home and make like a call to every single person in your downline to say, oh my gosh, I learned something that's going to benefit you. I learned something new about the vitamins. I learned something new, about weight loss. I went to a thing about weight loss plateaus at one of these events. And so I called all of my women that I know have been frustrated and at a plateau and said, hey, you guys, I just went to a seminar at NYKO on weight loss plateaus. And they're saying that if you do, the bedtime belly buster, if you're on an Omega, if you're on, some of the AMP products, and I have that list, I can get it to anyone. And then everybody started placing more orders because they're like, oh my God, I need the items for the weight loss plateau. So it's like, take notes, write the names next to on your notes, the names on you get what I'm trying to say, but call those people and pump them up and let them know that they're missing out on some products that could be helping them in their experience. So sharing knowledge, don't just keep it in your head. Like every time even on this call, if you heard something about the greens that 5 of your people could benefit, call them tomorrow and say, oh my gosh, I was on this call last night, and I heard, that you haven't been drinking enough water. The greens is really going to help you if you do one a day, kind of thing. So sharing your knowledge with your customers anytime you hear something new. The next thing I want to talk about is don't try to be the expert. If you are not the expert, in something, go find that person. And that's something I really, really learned in my time at Nordstrom. So I have prime examples. How I do this. I do not do this business alone. I do this business with all of you. I do it with Lauren, with Kristen Burgess, with Haley, with Adam and Jen, with Alex Sabat has helped me before. Laura Laurie has been a tremendous help. And what I mean by that is everyone on our team is experts in different things. So for example, when I have a dude that I want to talk to about our performance products or get him excited about isogenics and not just be like, oh my God, I'm a mom who loves these products, I'm going to call Adam, because Adam's going to get on the phone and say, buddy, if you want to get shredded, if you want to feel pumped, Adam has the lingo to like really help. He's the expert on dudes. Okay. If Kristen used to teach classes about diabetes to people who are diagnosed with diabetes. If I have someone call me and say, well, I have diabetes, can I do this? Oh my gosh, I'm going to get Kristen on the phone because she's the expert. I owe it to this person to get Kristen on the phone. If I have a teacher that wants to, leave teaching and do isogenics maybe full-time, I'm going to get Alex on the phone because Alex can really share her story. If I have someone who needs to lose 100 pounds, I've never helped somebody who needs to lose 100 plus pounds. I'm going to call Lauren. Lauren has helped people who have had goals of losing 200 pounds. And she knows how to help those people. Normally my average person needs to lose 10 to 20 pounds, but I'm going to get Lauren on the phone because she's got the tools to help me give this person the best experience. And in turn, that's going to keep retention and keep this person with us because they feel like, wow, they've got me in the right hands. So always just reach out to that expert. Lastly, devil is in, a lot of like being at Nordstrom, everything's detailed and everything's just fantastic into a T. Well, that's why it's such a wonderful place. And that's the way you should run your business as well. And what I mean by is really listen to your customer, listen to the details. I have some examples. For example, I just had a new customer that reached out to me and she's like, oh my God, I'm in love with these Isodelites. Like, I love the dark chocolate isodolite. Gonna have to keep myself from not having more than 1 to 2 a day. And, I realized she loved that. So I sent her a note thanking her for joining, the program, and then I'm excited for it. And I sent her the milk chocolate with sea salt and caramel because she's so excited about the isodolite. Why don't I send her another flavor? And it was just a card with 1 isodolite. I'm trying to think of if somebody has a trip coming up and, say you just got them a regular pack and you have some of the Ionics individual packs down the street. I just had a friend who was like, oh my God, I'm going to Palm Springs for a couple days. And I'm like, shoot, I got her the Ionics and the big thing. I dropped by her house and I said, oh my gosh, have a great trip. Here's a few little Ionics so you don't have to pack your big tub. Think about those things. If you know that they're planning a big birthday party for their kids that morning, text them and say, good luck with the party today. You're doing an awesome job. You're not just their nutrition coach, like be their friend, be their life coach, like get excited for them. And, all these little details make the biggest difference. And, I think that's about it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. So in summary, the main thing is that I really want you to take away is wowing your customers. Really envision everyone you deal with, even if they drive you crazy, treat them like they are one of the Coopers, give them the very best experience. The next thing is create a tire story. What is your wow story? My tire story that I'll never forget is the other night driving at 9:30, 10 at night to the Vitamin Cottage. The only one that was open was 15 minutes away to get this girl her supplements to make her tummy feel better. And she's now, getting ready to share it nonstop and her tummy feels great. She didn't just return it the next day. So create your tire story. Use your best judgment. This is your business. Do whatever you need to do to, keep customers happy. Share all your special knowledge with your customers as you're learning. Our customers aren't on all these calls. Some of them are just product users. Make sure you're always updating them on the newest and the latest and greatest. Don't try to be the expert. Reach out to the experts on our team. It'll really help your customers. And lastly, devil is in the detail. Listen for details. That are, opportunities. Details are opportunities to wow your customers. So, Lauren's writing something. I've been seeing something pop up. So anyway, I hope that helped.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
You're awesome. Thank you for that. Can I ask you just a couple questions, just of stories that I know of things that you've done? So this is awesome. And I wrote down those final tips and everything and, just what those little acts of service have done. But I know that you have your dermatologist and the ladies in the office there on the products. Can you talk about ways that you've kind of wowed them when you've gone in for treatment as opposed to just enrolling them and letting them kind of go through their initial pack?
Okay. Well, gosh, when I first started, I was always, bringing in isodolites and got my actual dermatologist on it. She's a huge fan of the vitamins and mostly now she just only orders strawberry shakes and bars and, to keep her on the go. But as I was, I go there every, 3 months and, whenever I'm in there, I always bring, some bags of whey thins for the office. They have this break room. And so I'll bring some whey thins. I'll bring, one time I come by, I'll bring some isodolites. Another time I'll come by and I'll bring some fruits. And these are just, small investments, but later huge gains. And usually they're things that I know they haven't tried yet. For example, I've collected, from going events, all these little bags, these little Isogenics bags and things like that. And so one day I all of a sudden ended up, and I think they were from shopping at at some of the events, but plastic bags. But I took the plastic bags and put together just samples I knew they didn't have in their pack and brought them to them. I mean, one of their two in my dermatologist is a consultant, and one of the girls on her team is a consultant for me. And so, it's just these little things that are investments and seem expensive up front to be giving out these samples. I mean, I track them all. I have a whole list of the samples so I can write it off later, but it's a small short-term investment for big gains later because they feel just that I'm really taking good care of them and spoiling them and just going over the top to keep them in the loop about things. And, yeah.
So will you also talk a little bit just on like some of the gift card things that you've done, like with like unsatisfied customers or people that have kind of done things for you? Like, I just think that you're so gracious and have so much gratitude. And I know you don't do them with ulterior motive, but just like I've seen your business just be blessed and like totally gifted with abundance because you do that, but just other ways that you've kind of shown appreciation, even outside of the products, just to let people know that you value them.
Gosh, a big ticker for a lot of my friends or people that I've enrolled is Nordstrom. I mean, people just love Nordstrom. Who doesn't love it? Obviously I do. And so a big thing for me is like, I have several people, actually consultants that, I run their business for them. One of them, it's a family and they are a consultant and they just refer the people and I run the business for them. And, just as a thank you for them constantly, they don't need to do the business, nor they're so busy with their businesses too that it's not really something they want to do, but, they know that I'm excited and running the business. So, one time they were kind of bummed. They didn't feel like they were like getting that much income in, and it's because they were having some people fall out and BV wasn't really rolling up because they didn't order much. Long story short, they've done so much. They've referred like 5 to 10 people. One of them's like 5, whatever. I sent them a gift card because it's like, they were kind of bummed. They thought they should be making more, but I wanted them to kind of be uplifted or, I don't know, just like, obviously for referrals, if somebody's not doing the business side and they refer someone, yeah, you bet your bottom dollar they're getting a gift card, a Nordstrom gift card, something.
Awesome. You're great. I just see your graciousness. I know that after you talk to GNA, like you send a thank you. I just see you go in leaps and bounds above that, you guys. And I'll tell you, the night that girl was in pain, I just left a launch party and was on my way actually to the airport. Melanie was like texting me. I was like, dude, I cannot talk right now, And she was like in that panic because she has this person. And it wasn't about the return. It's because she genuinely cared about her experience. And she's like texting me all this stuff late at night at Vitamin Cottage. I'm like, oh my gosh, bless your heart, And then the next day, totally, she was not expecting it, nor was I, the screenshot of everything that woman ordered. And it's interesting just how that comes back. But even if she had returned, even if she hadn't ordered more, like Melanie cared about her experience. She's, casted the vision of what these products are going to do. And she was committed to helping her and just taking that extra level. And I love how you open this up and just asking if everybody was Kathy Coover, because I will be totally transparent because I think that leaders go first, that I have not gone to the high levels of customer service that I could in the past, and not treated everybody as if they were Jim and Kathy Coover. And that's just a really, really great standard to set for all of us. And sometimes I think we pour more into those that are having the business builders or more into people that are loving the products because it's easy. And actually the ones sometimes that struggle are a little bit more difficult and high maintenance, really require more of our time and love. And I just really, really appreciate you kind of outlining all of those things and walking us through those steps. So thanks, Rach, for teaching us about the greens, and Amanda and Chris for sharing your stories. And Laura, thank you for launching the call, and Melanie, just for this great, great content, you guys. We're in week 8. More than 2/3 of the 90-day game plan is there. We're actually almost about 60% of the way there, just the home stretch. So keep focused, keep working hard, keep serving so many people. And I just want to leave you with, remember just how special the Isagenix culture is. For those of you that missed it, Eric interviewed me a little bit earlier tonight. And he was talking to me just about like our culture and our vision. And that's the part that can always get me so choked up and just like so emotional. And he texts me afterwards, because it's like you can tell where I'm like about the products or whatever. And I'm trying to be compliant. But it's so real and it's so raw when I talk about this culture because we're part of something so big and so magical and so special. And, if we can provide the customer service that Melanie's talking about, like it just validates again why we'll absolutely be the largest health and wellness company in the entire world. We have the products, we have the comp plan, and it's just up to us to not only share the story, but really lock arms with people and take great care of them. So I'm going to hang up before I totally lose my voice. But Mel, you're awesome. We'll get this recording up. Thank you guys all for making the time on your Tuesday night to learn. Have a good week 8, you guys. Go crush it. And for anyone going for Crystal Manager, you've got 2 hours. 2 hours left to nail that bonus. So anything's possible.
Thank you
Bye,
so
guys.
much, Mel. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mel.
Bye.
You rock, Melanie.